Hey guys, hope you don't mind. I'm out of the studio and in my office for these next few videos. You probably noticed the last couple of videos have been here in my office, and that's because I want to show you guys some footage from our academy to show you kind of some of the things that we do and maybe inspire you guys or encourage you to start helping to build some culture in your academies as well. So what I want to show you today is called the Gauntlet, and the Gauntlet is a time when after class I will have my students line up just like this. You guys can see they're all they're a little dogged out because we worked really hard, but they're in these two rows and they all take their belts off. And so we have our students who are being promoted walk through the middle of this. We call it a gauntlet. And they're going to walk through the middle of this, and depending on how many enemies they made in the room, they're about to get swatted with these belts. And I just want to say beforehand, if you're from the outside looking in, you know, maybe it looks archaic or maybe it looks violent, but I promise you it is anything but. And it is a really, really good way to kind of affirm, our students love the opportunity to walk down the gauntlet and get whacked by the belts of their friends. They know that they earned that stripe or they earned that belt, and it just reminds me of that. There was like this old, I think it was an Irish, blessing or greeting or whatever. He like shakes the guy's hand and he's like, "That's because you're part of the family." And he kisses him on the cheek and he's like, "That's because you're loved." And then he just slaps him like a full-on slap across the face and he's like, "That's so you remember it," you know. And so that's kind of what we're doing here. We're kind of like, this is so you remember like how hard you worked. So I'm just gonna call out a guy whoever's turn it is to be promoted, and yeah, here he comes. Man, I'm so proud of my students. So here he comes up here, and then of course, coach in the purple belt, he's gonna get his licks in for sure, man, because he knows these guys are gonna be purple and brown belts before long. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and stripe this guy up, and I usually give my students a hug, whatever comes natural. Just do what's natural in your academy. But I usually offer some encouragement there too. I called up another guy. You'll recognize this guy. He was a one stripe in another video, but just earned another stripe. And so when these guys come up here, I'm going to tell them some things. I'm going to tell them like, hey, these are the things you're doing right. These are the things that I saw that really put you over the edge. You know, we have a very organic way of promoting. We don't have like a linear structure. It's not like if you come to 5 classes, you get a stripe, and if you come to 20 classes, you get a stripe. It's very, very organic. And it doesn't work that way at all. So instead, these guys don't really know when their promotions are coming, and the professorship talks about it, and we discuss it, and we watch these guys like hawks, and we're just involved in their game. And you can see these guys just clapping for each other, before and after, even before they beat each other, and after they're just just clapping and being super, super happy. And what's really cool is like nobody's going for his feet. That usually there's 1 or 2 students who are going to put that belt right across the top of somebody's foot. Man, that's pretty spicy, but it's all part of the game. So here he's getting clapped for again. And now it's time for a couple more. This guy is moving from his white belt to his blue belt. This is an absolute monumental moment. So you can see him being chastised from his friends, saying, "Take your top off." They don't let these guys walk through the gauntlet with their tops on if they're getting a new belt. And then, of course, I wanted to tie the belt on him, so I made him put that wet gi back on so I could tie this blue belt. And man, it looks good. It looks really good. So well earned. And I think there's one more promotion here for you guys to see. Yes, it's another guy here. Excellent student. Wonderful example. He took his jacket right off because he knew it was time for him to get another belt. And he just absolutely loves jiu-jitsu. And he said he's just having so much fun as a student. He's like, "Man, I don't want to be a blue belt. Like, I just want to be a white belt. I love being a student." And so that's the kind of humility we have in our room. Our guys are... They want to be part of this culture and be part of this community, and there's something about jiu-jitsu that you just, man, it's that physical contact. It's that you're sharing sweat and you're sharing blood, and you're forging each other to be the best jiu-jitsu players you can be, and it's just an awesome environment. So I hope you guys like that. I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I would encourage you. You don't have to do a gauntlet. But I would encourage you to do something like that when your students get promoted. Like, put some fanfare behind it, make a big deal about it, do something that's unique and fun to your academy. You don't have to do, if you feel like everybody hits people with belts, like, you don't have to do that. And certainly you want to talk to your guys and make sure that they understand that this is a moment of brotherhood and affirmation. And in a world that's ever increasingly becoming hostile towards masculinity, these moments are very, very important, especially for men. These moments are very important. And you might not think so, but this is a very affirming moment. You're surrounded by like a group of your peers, guys that are, some of them are way tougher than you, and some of them are way more technical than you, and they're just whooping you with their belt, and they're telling you, like, you're awesome, and we're proud of you. You earned this moment. And so it's Bondo, man. It really is. It brings the group together in a way that nothing else does. And so I would encourage you, as you promote students, to make sure you do it in a way that's not, this isn't abusive, and it's not done with a mean heart or mean intent. Total opposite. Actually, it's done with love and respect and honor. And so happy for these guys to move on in their journey. So hope that video helps, and I hope that you guys have an awesome time training this week. I hope that it's safe and productive and fun, and all the wonderful things that jiu-jitsu is. And as always, I will see you on the mats.